Hey guys, Tyler here. Welcome back to another travel video. We just got back aboard our cruise ship and we're saying goodbye to beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. We only had 4 hours in port, so we set off to see as much as we could on foot. If you're stopping here on a cruise, I'll show you the best things to see so that you make the most of your time. Let's get started. We woke up to calm waters as the Norwegian Jewel made its way into Halifax. This is actually a new stop on Norwegian's Bermuda itinerary, and with only about 4 hours in port, we wanted to make every minute count. After a quick breakfast, we headed off the ship and started exploring. The waterfront was quiet at this hour, with shops just beginning to open and only a handful of people out enjoying the morning. It's a really pleasant walk and a great first impression of the city. One popular option is to take the Halifax ferry across the harbor to Dartmouth. It's inexpensive, offers great views of the skyline, and is worth considering if you have extra time. But with only 4 hours, we decided to focus on Halifax itself, and as you'll see, there was plenty to keep us busy. From the waterfront, we headed inland, which also meant uphill, to the Halifax Citadel National Historic Site. Sitting high above the city, the massive fortress offers incredible views and is impossible to miss. I couldn't help but wonder how they keep all those steep, grassy walls looking so perfect. It turns out the answer is a combination of hardworking groundskeepers and robotic lawnmowers. You could easily spend several hours exploring the Citadel, but with my niece and nephew along, we kept things moving. The museums were surprisingly engaging, with plenty of interactive exhibits that made history fun for the kids, and honestly, for me too. I left realizing just how much I still have to learn about Halifax's fascinating past. The Citadel also offers free guided tours led by costumed interpreters who do an excellent job bringing the fort's history to life. Even if you only catch part of a tour, it's well worth your time.
The soldiers are wearing very heavy armor, so if they get into the water, they're sinking down to the bottom, so it works pretty well. But as time went on, they just became less useful. And so around this kind of era, they were completely out of style, and instead they got replaced by a dry, larger ditch. And so with this dry, larger ditch, we can actually add more defenses than we could have.
With the morning slipping away, we made our way to the Halifax Public Gardens. Opened in the 1800s, these Victorian gardens are beautifully maintained and offer a peaceful break from the city. Every flower bed, pathway, and perfectly trimmed hedge reflects the incredible work that goes into caring for this place. It would be easy to spend an hour here just wandering around. Just down the road, we made a quick stop at Halifax Central Library. Even if you're not much of a library person, the modern architecture alone makes it worth a few minutes. By now, our legs were definitely feeling the miles, but there was one thing we couldn't leave Halifax without trying: the famous Donair. We stopped at Tony's, which came highly recommended online as one of the best places in the city. It's messy, sweet, savory, and unlike anything I've had before. If you're visiting Halifax, I'd definitely put it on your list. Before heading back to the ship, we walked the waterfront one last time. What had been calm and quiet that morning was now full of people, street performers, and a lively atmosphere. It was a completely different experience. For a cruise stop, Halifax exceeded our expectations. It's clean, easy to explore on foot, full of history, and packs a surprising amount into just a few hours. If your itinerary brings you here, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, guys, that's it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you on the next one.